welcome to another Beyond the Prophy Straight Talk podcast episode. I'm just in the mood to talk and reach out with you, and I hope that some of the messages that I'm sharing is resonating with you. These episodes are raw, uncut, unedited, no intro and outro, just speaking straight from the heart. And obviously you can tell that some of my sassiness comes out, but also my passion. And so today's episode is about, are you your biggest fan? One of the things that really trips up people is they just feel like, man, if only I can have this amount of people follow me, or if only I can have this amount of people support me and share my stuff and share my information. And, trust me, when you are working on really solidifying your brand. Now, when we're talking about brand, every person has a brand. We're not talking about someone that has their own business. Every single person, if you're a clinician, you have a brand, and it's your brand that allows you to be employed by amazing offices, or maybe your brand is negative where people don't want to employ you because of what has happened in the past. I've been in situations where I haven't always done the best thing, and the answer to that was I was weak, and I was also really trying to find myself, didn't know myself, didn't value myself. And so there's things that I know now that I wouldn't do ever again. But just going back to the fact that, when we have a personal brand, everything that we do represents who we are. So when we're out there and we're trying to get people to recognize, this is my passion, this is what I'm doing, there are days that you feel defeated. Like, is it really worth it? Is what I'm doing really going to make an impact? There's times where I have questioned, and just recently I did, and I felt like slighted by people that I felt like, man, I've been supporting them for this long, why aren't they supporting me back? And here's the real deal. The reason why I'm talking about this once again is because, listen, we're all grown, and we should never put pressure on anyone that we feel is necessary to, this is how they should support us. The thing is that you've got to be your own biggest cheerleader. You have to be so sure of yourself and the message that you're putting out there, whether it's your personal brand as a clinician, whether it's you being an entrepreneur, being corporate dentistry, being an educator. You've got to be sure and passionate about what you are doing, because it's never going to be a guarantee that other people are going to recognize that. And so when you are out there putting your message out there, if you're sure of it, it doesn't matter how many likes that you have. If you're serving from a pure heart and one of which that wants to serve, it doesn't matter. It doesn't truly matter. Does it feel good when people, especially those who you really care about, are supporting you and saying, hey, I see what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're making a difference. Yes, because we are social creatures and we need that. But one of the things that I've mentioned, I was just on Trapped in a Op like last week. I always get my days mixed up, by the way. So if I say a week or 2 days or whatever, it's because I honestly think that it is, but it may not be accurate, because as a mama, things kind of run together. But I was on there, and one of the things I was talking about was, just being so sure of what you're doing. Like, when you wake up in the morning, can you envision you waking up doing whatever it is that you have set your heart out to do and not get paid for it right away? Not see those financial benefits right away, not seeing the support right away. One of the hardest things what happened when I first started thinking about doing a podcast with my friend Christy Lincoln, I didn't know what I was doing, and I knew that the videos weren't working out for us. If you go to our Mom Jenna's page, you want to laugh, go to our Mom Jenna's page, go to videos, click videos, and you're going to see some of our hot mess stuff. We haven't taken that down. And I think it's important for you to see where people start. And you start imperfectly and you just go. Check out our first episode with Mom Jenna's. Audio quality is in the dumps, you know. Check out the first episode of Beyond the Pro Feed compared to the episodes that are right now. Not these that are raw, uncut, unedited, because right now I'm in my car driving to my next location. But check it out. Like, it's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. But I started. And one of the things that I needed to do was, okay, how do you even start a podcast? I got on Google and I searched how to start a podcast. That's it. And then I read so many things. I watched YouTube videos. I went on to Google. I didn't really go out and say, hey, can you sit down with my podcaster friends and just give me a walkthrough? Yes, I would get like little tidbits here and there, but no one held my hand through that process. But I was willing to start. And my husband, he was so sick of me researching. He was like, what are you doing? Why are you constantly, searching up something? Because what I would do is, once the kids are asleep, and by that time, I started my, I was in grad school. Once the kids were asleep and I was done, and everyone was settled in bed, I would be reading, just reading, tons. And he was getting sick of it. He was like, man, what is going on? And then all of a sudden, I made the first episode for Mom Jenna's with, my kids recorded on the intro and the outro. And even though the sound quality wasn't the best, he was blown away. He was like, wow, this is so cool. Like, you wind up figuring out how to get your podcast on iTunes and creating your first episode and editing your first episode, even though you don't know much of anything about that. You're self-taught. And so what happened was I would get like frustrated, like, why doesn't he see my vision? Like, why is he making it so hard for me? But you've got to understand that sometimes even the closest people to you are not going to understand. They're not going to see. And so he was willing. He's still willing. He's been supporting me since dental hygiene school, y'all. That's my boo. All right, that is my boo. Since I didn't even have my associate's degree yet. He's seen me go through several graduations. He's seen my high school graduation, my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, and next week I'm graduating with my master's degree, y'all. That's my boo. And he knows that, I'm very driven and I'm very ambitious, and he's going to be there every step of the way. But there's times where he won't always totally agree or understand. And so even those who are closest to you, who are like your main supporters, they may not even get and understand what you're trying to do. So do you understand what you're trying to do? Do you see your vision? Do you understand your mission? Do you have secure core values set in place? Do you have actionable goals that you're taking every single day to achieve that? Are you so determined in creating whatever opportunity? Because some people say, oh, well, I'm going to wait for the next opportunity to show up. You're going to be waiting a long time. And listen, opportunities will not come and find you. So are you taking actionable goals, or are you creating your own? You're going to be sitting there like those memes where they show that woman waiting for that perfect man. You're going to be sitting there like Skeletor. Okay? So when you look at that, it's like, okay, you have to be sure of yourself. So ask yourself, are you your biggest fan? Are you honestly do an honest self-reflection? Let's be honest with yourself. Are you looking for the likes? Are you looking for the validation from people that you will never get it from? I have had situations in the past where I would look for people that I looked up to, that may have educated me, may have been, one of these rock star people in our industry, and they never validated anything. In fact, sometimes if I would explain to them, hey, I've got this great thing going, I cannot wait to, do the X, Y, and Z. And instead of them saying, wow, I'm so happy for you to see your growth from, when you first started off and to see what you're doing now, their question would be, well, who gave you that? So you've got to be clear and do an honest self-reflection, because I'm someone that will forgive to my own detriment, and realize that there are some people you'll never get that from. That's okay. And even from people that you looked up to, what is most important is, are you your biggest cheerleader? Do you believe in what you're doing? And if you do, there's no guarantee. Well, there is a guarantee. There's no guarantee in their validation of you, but there is a guarantee that when you see your own potential, when you see your own greatness, you will be successful. And success, everyone, is not it's not financial I'm talking about. I'm talking about that inner peace, that inner, I would say, security that most people don't even have the pleasure of having. One of the key things that I focus on with this new Beyond the Prophy membership site, and the courses that we're putting out in is that you can have the world, you can have all the finances, you can have 1 million people calling you every 5 seconds, you can have all these corporate sponsors, you can be speaking all over the globe, whatever it is. You've got an awesome job, you're making over $100,000 a year, wonderful, 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 but yet you could be miserable on the inside. You cannot be happy. And so Beyond the Prophy is not one of those sites that people are just talking about, get out of the op, get out of the op, get out of the op. It has nothing to do with that. Beyond the Prophy is a mindset. It's a mindset, and it's a community. And it's a community focused on how to be your best self, whatever that best self is, whether that's in the op, out of the op, whether that best self is just being a stay-at-home mom, but taking care of yourself, having, some time for self-care. Right now I'm on my way to the gym because mama needs to lose some weight from graduate school. But it's also important for me to get those natural endorphins going on so that I can have a healthy mindset. I've struggled with depression, and a lot of it came from not taking care of myself physically. Not taking care of myself physically. So I've had to say, you know what? I can't fill my entire day with everything on my plate that I can think of and make no time for myself physically. What am I doing to care for myself so that I can continue to serve each of you and be able to pour into you? So that's my thoughts for today. I'm going to upload this today, let you know, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about Straight Talk. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Prophy. Join our Beyond the Prophy community. Let me know your thoughts about this episode. Let me know if anything I've said has resonated with you. There's nothing that I'm saying that's new underneath the sun. But sometimes we just need that reminder. And it's not about what I believe. It's what's facts. It's what I've seen in my journey. And so I'm only going to share with you what has helped me in my personal journey that I wish someone told me a couple of years ago. But perhaps I wasn't really ready for that, And so sometimes you got to be ready to hear that message and hear that critical, have those critical thinking skills to master some of the things that have happened in your life. I'm grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for you all for listening. I'm grateful for the people who are willing to share their message on the podcast. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for my 2 children. I'm grateful for my mother who sacrificed her dreams so that I can live my own. I'm grateful for my sister Ashley, who is a phenomenal giver. I love her to death. I'm grateful for all my siblings. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful today. And I've got to wake up every single day grateful. Everything is not perfect in my life, y'all. It's not perfect. But I know one thing is true. One thing for sure is true is that I've been given gifts from God, and I'm going to utilize those. I'm going to utilize it to a T, And I want to set an example for these 2 girls that I have being raised in my household, that you can reach whatever potential, whatever goals that you want to reach. You don't let anyone dictate their story for your life. You create your own with the blessings of God. So that's what's on my mind. Take a look. Until April 30th, we have a VIP membership discount. And so a lot of what I'm talking now, there'll be courses and resources, and some of my friends who are going to be faculty members on this website to help teach you to have career satisfaction. I mean, it's all here for you, $35 a month, so that you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. It's on demand, and there's going to be new courses put on there. 3 to 4 courses every month are going to be put on to the website, and they're going to be short. Our first course is the longest one. It's about 50 minutes. It's called Leverage Your RDH Skills. But everyone else, we're going to try to keep it around the 20-minute range because we know how busy it is for you. So take a look. Go on to the Beyond the Prophy community. That is where the actual discount is for $35 a month. You're not going to find it on our website. You've got to be a part of the Facebook community. So go to facebook.com/Beyond the Prophy. You'll see a link there, and that discount is there until April 30th. So the price is kept there low, so it's affordable for you. And I really appreciate you and for listening today. If you like this episode, please share, and I'll talk to you all soon. All right, bye.